Welcome back, friends. In this video, I plan on addressing an atrocious article written by this person here, hailing from none other than Kucktaku. I will be exposing how wildly absurd these professional victims have become. I made a fairly lengthy Gab post whereupon I predicted that the socially awkward undesirables in our gaming community would needlessly scrutinize a game about a cat. I thought, there's no possible way they could complain about a game involving a cat. It's just too harmless. Unfortunately, I was terribly wrong. So, let's see what Sissy's first sentence tells us about why she is bothered by Stray. Sissy wrote, "If you felt uncomfortable about the rice patty hats in Stray, you aren't the only one." Sissy, the first problem is, you're too frickin' sensitive. Who cares if some robots, that aren't even real by the way, within a fictional narrative, are wearing straw hats? The amount of people who could be bothered by this insignificant detail is so profoundly small that it would have to be a minority within a minority. That's how ridiculous and insignificant your complaint sounds. In yet another quote, Sissy continues with the straw hat issue because, well, obviously this is a point of great contention for her, as she says, "I later appreciated their charming personalities, but when I first met these robots, my first thought was, why are they wearing rice patty hats?" Sissy, how about, maybe, they'd be a fun addition? Just a fun addition. I do mean fun for the people that don't possess the delicate sensitivities of a toddler. But let's just fast forward and get to the good stuff. This quote will take me directly to the heart of the problem. And here it is. "But the game's rampant appropriation of Asian history and culture needs to be supported by care in design and implementation." Okay, it says who, Sissy? You? Do you possess the authority to dictate how a game developer crafts their fictional worlds? No, thank goodness you do not. Now, Sissy doubles down on her asininities with this next quote. "Cyberpunk originates from America's anxieties about Japan's economic dominance, but cyberpunk media is often reluctant to populate their cities with Asian characters." Apparently this person never plays Cyberpunk 2077, but I digress. Did it ever occur to you, Sissy, that just maybe Japanese-influenced cyberpunk themes are just a cool aesthetic? Is it possible that there's no anxiety about Japan's economic success? After all, you are talking to a massive populace that purchases all things Japanese, such as manga, JRPGs, anime, figurines, pillows, etc. It becomes increasingly clear, Sissy, that you don't bother to think anything through when you're slapping your angry little digits on your keyboard. But, here's another thought-provoking statement from Sissy. "But Walled City 99 was yet another cyberpunk city in which people like me weren't welcomed." Your hypersensitivity isn't the problem of the developers, Sissy. They don't need to cater to you specifically, or the tiny minority group that you belong to. Lastly, here's one final quote. "I just wanted to play a cute cat game without the techno-orientalism. On the contrary, the rest of the world would like to play one game without you crazies lamenting some pseudo-tragic oppression. In everything. Constantly. Sissy, the world does not revolve around you and your little liberal cohorts. Games will be games, and your deep-seated ethnic paranoia is not something a developer is going to take into consideration, because it's irrelevant. If I made a product and that product was green, because I happen to like green, and you demanded I change my product's color because of your hatred of the color green, do you really think I'd change the color just to appease you? No, I would not. You need to get over yourself. Which brings me to my final two thoughts. Number one, you people have a hard time stating your case with any semblance of rationality and congruency. In one article, games aren't political enough because the game doesn't ridicule the political party or current thing that you hate as much as you would like it to. Yet, in another article, like this one, a robot wearing a straw hat in a fictional futuristic Hong Kong, or some Asian province, is racist somehow. You people need to be more logically coherent with your butthurt. Number 2. If Stray took place in a futuristic Ireland, and robots were wearing, kilts with clovers all over their bodies and sporting a newsboy, I'd be delighted that a developer would even consider the Irish in any aspect of their design choices. So why can't you just accept the design choice for what it is, instead of bemoaning some perpetual antagonistic racism that is clearly non-existent? Well, I do sure hope you enjoyed this video, because that's all the fun and joy I have for this one. If you did like it, do all that social goodness. Punch that subscribe button. Punch the like button. Do all of the other stuff that you social people like to do socially in your social... Anyway, I'm done with that. Until next time, guys, have fun.